People won't remember what you did. They may not remember what you said, but they will remember how you made them feel. Maya Angelou. Hey, friend. Welcome back to Through the Shannell4Life Lens. I cannot believe we are at the end of March already. This month has flown on by, and what a month it has been. We talked about growth, resilience, nostalgia, love, second chances. We even talked about showing up when you feel like you don't even have it in you to show up. As you know, this month started one way for me. I was over here running on fumes, but now I'm feeling energized, superpowers, reactivated, and I'm moving along each and every day. Now, that doesn't mean I still don't have my days, but when I tell you the meds are doing their job, the meds are doing their job. So today, we're going to go a little bit deeper into all we talked about this month, recap a little bit, and wrap it all up. Because let's be for real, life moves fast. One day you're caught up in the grind, and before you know it, years have passed. But when it's all said and done, what really matters? That's what we're talking about today. Life, love, legacy. Let's get into it. We spend so much time chasing what's next that we forget about what's now. And trust me, I get it. Ambition is a beautiful thing. I am an overachiever. I will say that all the time. And I think it's pretty obvious if you're following me. I am definitely an overachiever. But I am learning to take a step back and really start to enjoy the moments and enjoy the right now. Because yes, ambition is beautiful, but if we're not careful, we spend our whole lives being ambitious, striving, doing, working towards. That often we'll miss out on truly living. And some of us will strive and grind so much that we won't ever truly live. And I don't know about you, I'm not trying to go out like that. Because happiness, it isn't a destination. It is found in the moments we often overlook. When it comes to living and truly out here living life, it's about living with intention instead of just going through the motions. A lot of times we get caught up in the motion, routine. Yes, we all have routines. Yes, there are things that we have to follow in life. But how often do we get caught up in the motion? Get up, get the kids ready if you have kids, get them off to school, go to work your job, come home, pick the kids up, cook dinner, take the kids to activities, bedtime routines, go to bed, get up, and we start it all over again. Our life becomes full of going through the motions that we often forget that we still have to live with intention. Even in everything that we do, all the responsibilities that we have, there is still room for our dreams and our goals, the things that we want to do, the things that we enjoy. And that is when it requires us to be intentional. Because let's face it, we are strapped for time. There just never seems to be enough time to do all the things that we want to do. And then if there is the time, where's all this energy coming from? Because I don't know about you, but I'm not like the Energizer Bunny around here. But our life requires us to be intentional because life isn't just about going through the motions. It isn't just about living for other people, doing the things that you're supposed to do, living up to the roles that you have in your life. It's about putting some of that joy, that spark, those things that you love and enjoy into your life and really being intentional with your time. So you learn to adapt, you learn to adjust, you learn to start to fit in the things that you love and enjoy. You get a little creative with your time. But the point is, you're finding a way to put the joy and the spark into your life. And then you start to appreciate where you are, even as you work towards where you want to be. Now, yes, we are goal-oriented people. We are ambitious people. But when you start to live with intention, when you start to incorporate your dreams and goals into your daily life, you aren't necessarily striving towards that goal every day. You're making it a way of life so that as you slowly chip away at that goal, as you slowly start to meet your mark, you're appreciating the steps that you've made and the progress you've made at the point that you are today. And even as you're still working towards it and building upon it, You're appreciative and able to reflect on the progress you've made, the way that you're living life with intention, and the things that you have brought into your life. It gives you that opportunity to slow down, to be present, and to cherish every day and cherish the moments. And when you start to look at life through that lens, it shows you the importance of slowing down, of being present, and cherishing everyday moments. Now, a lot of us, we are guilty of not slowing down. We're guilty of not being present. And we are guilty of not cherishing everyday moments. But one thing I have pledged to myself as I started looking around life and hearing different things, observing different things, and I realized in my crap gat phase when I don't have a lot of energy to do a lot of things and it leaves me laying around, depending on people, not fully out here thriving, doing and going, and slows down my life, I'm able to make some observations, see things that I want to adapt, adjust, change a little bit. And one thing I told myself is that I'm going to focus on being more present and being more present in the moment. Because I am one of those people that's guilty of forward thinking, thinking about the next thing while I'm already doing something else, holding a conversation while having my phone in my hand, thinking about the next thing, or sitting down with somebody, kids telling me a story, and I'm listening, but then I'm also doing something else. But I have said to myself that I'm going to start focusing on being more present in the moment. And I think by doing that, I'm not sure what will happen, but I know that there is something to be said about being able to be present and fully attentive in certain moments. And that is something that I am going to work to do better. So then I can start to cherish those moments even more. Because life, it passes fast. And when we look back, life is not going to be about the titles. Our legacy is not going to be about the money. And when we look back, when it's all said and done, when our stories are told, when our journey comes to an end, it's not going to be about the titles, the money, or the achievements that define our lives. It's going to be about the moments, the connections, and the impact we leave behind. So if I can take those steps today to slow down, be more present, and start to cherish those moments, it is my hope that you will look for those areas of opportunity in your life as well. No matter what we do in life, love is at the center of it all. Because no matter what we do in life, love is at the center of it all. Love for ourselves, love for our families, for our people. And the truth is, how we love, how we let ourselves be loved is part of our legacy. You don't get to choose how long people stay in your life, but you do get to choose how you show up for them. I think I need to say that again. You don't get to choose how long people stay in your life, but you right there, you do get to choose how you show up for them, how you show up in your romantic relationships, your family relationships, your friendships. That shapes who we are. The reasons we show up for people, the small ways that we do it, those matter more than the grand gestures. And when you really think about it, before you can show up for others and before you can choose how you show up for them, you have to know how to show up for yourself. You have to learn how to love yourself because that impacts every other relationship in your life. If you're not loving yourself, if you're not cherishing yourself, if you're not taking care of yourself, then you don't have anything to give anyone else. So before you can even focus on how am I going to show up for this person, how am I going to love this person, the first question, if you're not there yet, that you need to ask yourself is how am I going to show up for me? How am I going to love me? How am I going to take care of me? Then once you get that, once you answer the question of how am I going to practice self-love and self-care to be the best to myself? Once you answer that question, start to master that, take on those habits and really prioritize your self-care, then you'll be able to show up for others. You'll be able to love others the way that they need to be loved. You'll be able to show up for them the way that they need you to show up. You'll be able to do the small things for them, those small things that matter most. But first, it starts with loving yourself. Because at the end of the day, Relationships are truly what make life meaningful. It's not just about who's there for the big moments, but it's who's there with you through all the moments. And this is what I like to tell people. Take a look around at your life. Take a look at who's there during the big moments, who may not be there during those tough moments. That's called reflection. Do some reflection on that. Look around at your life. Look at those who are there in the big moments, the small moments, and all the moments. And those are the type of people you truly want to surround yourself with. Those that can celebrate you, those that can cry with you, those that can feel the loss with you, as well as feel the wins with you. Those are the people that you want in your circle. And relationships like that are the ones at the end of the day that matter the most. And also legacy. Legacy isn't just about your accomplishments. It's not about what you accomplish. It's about how you make people feel. It's about the lessons you pass down, the lives you impact, and the way you show up in the world. Legacy isn't built in one big moment. It's built in the small ways we show up every single day. Beyond money, beyond status, beyond accomplishments. Legacy is really how you're showing up, the impact you're making, the difference you're making, the ways your impact is felt, the moments, the memories, the experiences you create that leave a lasting impact. That is what legacy is all about. The importance of pouring into the next generation, whether it's the kids, people that you mentee, your community, that next generation, that's legacy. What are you pouring into that next generation? What are you passing on to that next generation? And how can you start being intentional today about making your mark in the world that you will leave on the world? Because when it's all said and done, it won't be the things that we had, but the love we gave and the impact we made that lives on. As March comes to a close, I want you to carry these 3 things with you. Live in the moment. Don't wait for someday to start appreciating your life. Start right now. The only time you have is now. So take full advantage, seize the moment, and live in the moment. Love fully. Show up for yourself and show up for your people in ways that truly matter. And remember, as I said earlier, you can't show up for others unless you're showing up for yourself first. So self-love. Master that, then you can master it with other people. And also, build your legacy now. Your impact starts today, not later. No matter where you are in life, no matter what you have going on, you are able to build your legacy. You are leaving an impact. You are making a difference to someone. So start building that legacy now. And I want to challenge you, really challenge you as we're closing out this month to sit and think, how are you showing up for life? How are you showing up for love? And how are you showing up for legacy? It doesn't have to be something huge. It doesn't have to be a grand old thing. It can start small. But the important thing is you start now. March is coming to an end. And as we sit and do a little bit more than just reflection, we also want to be sure that we take action, making sure that we continue to move forward, that we continue to make progress, that we're intentional about the lives that we're living. So tell me, what's one way you're being more intentional about your life, love, or legacy? Or if you can't think of it right now, take a few moments to reflect and let's forward think. What's one way that you will be more intentional about life, love, and legacy? My DMs are always open. You can drop me a comment on social media and let's keep this conversation going. How will you be intentional starting now? And in all steps that you take to be intentional, it is up to you, as always, and you already know, to remember to show up, show off, show out, and show love for life.